A historic snowstorm is headed to the Midwest, the Great Lakes, and parts of the Ohio Valley as we go into the weekend with significant snowfall accumulations. We're going to show you the numbers on that, the latest on the timing and the track of our historic snowstorm, and many other winter storms that are likely to appear across the United States as we head into the new month of December. Also, the cold air behind them as well. It's going to be bitterly cold for some areas. We're going to give you the numbers on that as we go through the video. Welcome back, everyone, on this Friday evening. It is November 28th, 2025. My name is Hunter. Of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel as we cover the latest on your winter storms across Canada, the United States, and we also cover the tropics during tropical weather season. So subscribe, like the video, give it a thumbs up. The more likes we get, the more people that are informed about our winter storms. Also, share it, hype it, and follow me on Facebook for quick weather updates on there. The link for that will be in the description down below the video, also pinned to the top of the comment section down below the video. So without further ado, let's look here at the latest for our current weather alerts. And in the pink, that was our winter weather advisories and warnings here. That's where we have winter storm warnings in pink. That's where significant snowfall is likely from portions of South Dakota, all the way across Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, a lot of states there, over a dozen states at risk for significant snowfall this weekend. And we're going to be diving into the latest details on that here in this video. And let's look here at the national blend of models to confirm with you that solution is that we're going to be seeing areas here in pink over a foot of snowfall. And notice how widespread it is across the Midwest and into the parts of the Great Lakes. Now let's look here at the finer details and show you why we're seeing this. The tropospheric polar vortex setting up shop here and over the Hudson Bay in Canada. We got a big ridge of high pressure over the Northeast, all the Northeast Pacific, all the way up here into Alaska. This is actually leading to our colder air with cross-polar flow further south, and that low pressure trough going to be setting up shop right over the Midwest here for the weekend. And it's going to have plenty of cold air to work with. No short supply of cold air, that is for sure. Up here in Montana, down through the western Dakotas, our temperature anomalies this weekend are going to be 25 to 30 degrees below normal of what we should see for the final weekend of November. So the cold air will be there. The moisture supply will be there as well. The Gulf with open streamlines all the way straight up into the Midwest Great Lakes with precipitable water anomalies over 200% of normal. So that gives you an idea of how moisture laden this system will be. And a lot of this will be coming down in the form of wintry precipitation in the form of heavy snowfall. Our low pressure storm track is also key. It's going to be coming from Colorado and it's going to be moving here across the state of Kansas overnight into Saturday morning, crossing into Kansas City once we get into Saturday afternoon, and then getting into the Chicagoland area as we go into Saturday night. So basically tracking from Dodge City, Kansas to Kansas City, Missouri to Chicago, and then eventually cruising its way into the eastern part of Michigan by Sunday morning. Typically under the low pressure storm track is where you're going to see the heaviest, most lift. That's where we're going to have the heaviest snowfall bands of 1 to 2 inches per hour. So let's look here at the snowfall as we see it this evening. Already beginning to see that snow breaking out in western Iowa. You see these purple and pink shaded area? That's where a mix of precipitation is expected. So for the Omaha area, for example, a mix of rain, a mix of snow, sleet, maybe some freezing drizzle in there at times. As we go deeper into the night, that column will start to cool, a column of air just above the surface of the earth, allowing for the snowfall to fall from the base of the cloud all the way to the ground. So that's why you see the blue. The blue is the snow. And then, of course, as this moves across the state of Iowa, our heavy snow bands will really start breaking out Saturday morning. So Des Moines, going to be a rough go of it over here into Omaha, Cedar Rapids, Waterloo, and Iowa City. Then the snow starts here around daybreak or thereabout here in Chicago. We may have to wait for the dry air to be overcome as the columns of the atmosphere need to saturate. Once that happens from the top down, we're going to start to see snowfall in the Windy City there, Madison, Milwaukee, Rockford, all the way down to Springfield and Peoria. And then we see a warm nose start to move northward. A warm nose means that a low-level jet is actually going to inject warmer air into the system, and that will change our rain, our snow over to rain. And we also could have a mix of rain and snow in central Illinois over here into central Indiana, which could cut down totals south of I-80 here across parts of the Midwest. But all snow here for northern Illinois, Eastern Iowa, southern Wisconsin, and into Michigan. That seems to be the bullseye of where we can see the heaviest snowfall, with not even seeing wrapping snow, wrapping it up for areas like Chicago, Rockford, Madison until literally daybreak on Sunday. So a 12-hour window of some very heavy snowfall rates. Here's the national blend of models, and let's zoom it in here. This is the highest end of what we could see, and notice there are some double-digit totals here. And when I say some, there's a lot, right? We see a lot of these totals, 10 to 15 inches, even some local high amounts up to 18 inches, which would be a foot and a half across a good chunk of Iowa, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, getting into northern Indiana there, especially closer to Lake Michigan you go, so Gary and South Bend, and then getting into southwestern lower Michigan, including the Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo area, keeping a very close eye on that. This goes through Monday morning, and then the lake effect snow as the system departs the Great Lakes region into early next week. We also have to keep an eye on the warm side. Yes, we have a chance for severe weather as instability will be rising there across coastal Texas. Not a lot of instability, but enough, 1,000 joules per kilogram. That's why the Storm Prediction Center has that marginal risk for severe weather. So isolated severe weather coverage, including the Houston Metroplex, Dallas, Fort Worth, Tyler, Texas, Shreveport, and also Lake Charles, Louisiana, all included. Mainly it's an I-35 East event for severe weather going into the day on Saturday. There is a tornado threat, a 2% chance of tornadoes within a 25-mile radius of any given point in and around this area of Houston. So if you are in and around Houston, make sure to have the latest weather information at your disposal, whether that's a NOAA weather radio that's turned on, your local TV meteorologist. Just get a way that you can have severe weather watches and warnings throughout the day. And looking at this setup here, Saturday morning, we got some showers, some drizzle moving across the deep south. Going into the afternoon, we're going to have this thin line of thunderstorms develop here, and they could have some rotation with them, which could produce an isolated tornado. But typically with a line of storms, you see more of those 60, 70 mile per hour variety winds, the penny size hail, the nickel, and even quarter size hail at times. That's kind of what we're seeing as we go into tomorrow evening. That will drop south with time. Yes, it's an unfavorable time of day for severe weather, but as it enters into the Houston area, plenty of a lift and shear with this system to actually cause these storms to continue to rotate potentially deep into the night. So this is going after midnight into the wee hours of the morning on Sunday. Of course, this is going to produce more heavy rainfall here, which over an inch of rain was possible here from Corpus Christi up there into the Houston Metroplex, Louisiana. Some flash flooding will be possible. This has been an area inundated by saturated soil, very heavy rainfall over the past couple of days, so keeping a close tabs on the flooding threat and severe weather threat altogether. Now, behind this system, yes, it's not done affecting us. It's going to pull down some colder air and some Arctic air at that. Below zero wind chills to start your Monday morning at those cold bus stops, and also make sure to start your car nice and early because it's going to be cold up here into North Dakota, even South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, anywhere you slice it up here. Our wind chills of 5 to 20 below zero, definitely going to be a cold morning, and one of the coldest we have seen so far this season, and also fittingly right on time for the start of meteorological winter here on Monday, December 1st. Now, this colder air, get used to it, because the tropospheric polar vortex is sitting over the Hudson Bay and eastern Canada for the first 10 days of December. So really the first week and a half going to be very cold in the central and the eastern U.S. That ridge in the northeast Pacific also going to remain locked in place, which is key to getting us winter storms as we go through the first 10 days of December, but also pulling down that cold air. Here comes another Arctic outbreak, a stronger push as we go toward late next week. That's behind another winter storm. And then we saw towards next weekend, another push that's behind another winter storm. So you guys get an idea. Every couple of days, we're going to be seeing the Arctic blast moving in from that polar vortex. And so for the first 10 days of December, the green you see here, this is 15, 20 degrees below normal of our temperature anomalies, and that's over fresh snowpack. We're going to keep adding snow to this, so it's going to get even colder and colder and colder as we go through the second week there into November. Active storm track with the colder air, it's drier air, so it's going to shift the storm track just a little bit further south as we go into that second week of December. But nonetheless, another winter storm is ticketed for the Ohio Valley into the northeast this go around, just a smidge further south into Monday, Tuesday here. the first into the second, watching the potential for an ice event potentially into the mid-Atlantic, and then more colder rains further to the south. That system could be an I-95 system. We'll keep an eye on that. And then here comes more energy from Canada. If that coalesces into another winter storm, we'll see. That will be towards next weekend on the 6th and 7th of December, which would be next Saturday and next Sunday. Overall, if you are a snow lover across the Northeast, don't be discouraged, even if you live in the I-95 corridor, because we could be seeing some hefty totals as we go through the first 10 days of December. Obviously, the lake effect snow going to be huge as well. Maybe some more northwest flow clipper systems in the Midwest, but if you're a snow lover, even in the deep south, don't be discouraged there either. I think there could be some opportunities once we get beyond week 2 to get some snowfall, because look here at the middle of December now, getting up towards Christmas. We're still seeing the blue on the map, right? And blue is colder temperatures, and that's what we see as we get into the third week there of December. Maybe a little bit of a moderating trend towards Christmas and the new year, but overall, that snow line is going to continue to shift and step further south as we get towards Christmas Day. So if you're wanting a white Christmas out there, it looks pretty good out across the north here, upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and New England, and even Canada, obviously, and then the mountains out west. But if you're wanting a white Christmas further south, you got to get that cold air to come together with precipitation to produce the snowfall. I think that is a possibility across their southern states, say of Oklahoma, Arkansas, North Texas, Tennessee, maybe the Carolinas, especially favoring North Carolina, Virginia. Those types of areas could get a white Christmas this year. We just got to be patient. There's plenty of time between now and Christmas Day. And then if not, maybe New Year's. We could see that as well. So a lot of time to go here for the winter to get snowfall. Thank you all for watching. Of course, around the clock, we're going to keep you updated on the latest of our winter storm this weekend. Please be safe out there, everybody. Get those snow blowers gassed up. Get your winter gear ready with winter coats, gloves, hats, scarves, the whole thing, because we're going to need it as we go even beyond the weekend into the first 10 days of December. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're going to keep you covered on that. Turn on the post notification bell so you are up to date on the latest information when I post my videos and live streams. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it, hype it. You know what to do. Follow me on Facebook for more quick weather updates as well. That link will be in the description down below the video, also pinned to the top of the comment section down below the video. That's enough rambling, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your Black Friday out there, a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend, and a safe one. I'll see you all in the next video.